Hey folks, today we are taking a look at one of my all-time favorite Transformers, Beast Machine's Depth Charge. Now, Depth Charge is an Ultra-class figure that was released around 1998, 1999, and it is a very nice figure. He was double-packed with a Rampage, the giant crab figure. Overall, the Manta Ray mode is a very nice-looking mode. He's got a heck of a long tail, points all the way over there. But that tail can bend, which I distinctly approve of and appreciate. So as you can see, the tail can bend nicely, and it does actually come apart. Underneath, you can fit this little shark gun. It does have two yellow missiles, but I am currently not able to find them. I have them, but they're probably in a bin somewhere, lost to the forever bins. I know I've got them. I've seen them. I just don't know where they are. But it is a cute little gun, and he can hold it in robot mode. Now, in Beast mode, he does have a nice gimmick, which I will show in a second. It's a disc launcher in the Mako's mouth. But the molding on this thing is just so nice. This is probably one of the best original Transmetal figures ever made. It just holds together really well, except for that little piece, and it looks just phenomenal, and it looks great on the shelf. Yeah, there's a bunch of kibble underneath, but I do not care. Now, his wings are posable, so you can make the wings do silly things, but the coloring, the yellow, the purple, and the blue on the silver, just, oh, so good. Like I said, he does have a disc launcher gimmick, which is activated with this dorsal fin, so we'll fire a couple discs, fire them all. He does come with a bunch of discs, I think 6 in total. They don't fire real far, and most of the times I don't keep them loaded into the figure. But hey, it's a lot of fun, and it is a nice gimmick. It's nice to have. It does work in both Beast and Robot mode. Speaking of which, there is a vehicle mode. So it might be good of me to tell you that this is a giant manta ray, in case you didn't guess that. Sorry about that. To form his flight mode, and yes, he has a flight mode, what you do is first you unpeg the wing sections, and then you just kind of take the wing sections and kind of fiddle with them until you get them such that the purple bits line up, and we get the wings to form, or we get the the Manta Ray wings to form the strangest flight plane wings known to Transformer kind. Yep, that's it. That's his flight mode. That is the weirdest flight mode ever. I mean, this is just I will freely admit, this is an absolutely silly flight mode. I like it. I think it's cool. It's definitely unique, but it's silly. Oddly enough, it looks exactly like the plane or the ship that Depth Charge came to Earth on. Yeah, way to reuse your models, mainframe. Nice little maximal symbols on the inside of his wings, too, as you can see there. Yeah, definitely a silly flight mode. Alright, so part of the transformation is actually getting the wings into this configuration. The first thing we're going to do is come to the back, and I like to pull off this whole tail. You don't have to. It is on a ball joint, as you see, but I like to pull it off just to get it out of the way. Now, normally what you're going to do is just remove the end, as this end will then become a sword. But I like to pull the whole section off just to get it out of the way. Again, you do not have to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is actually reach onto the sides of the head and unpeg these bits, and then fold them out like that. Now, if you've guessed, they will form the legs. Once you've folded out the legs like this, take this middle section, lift it up, and then kind of pull gently and pull the legs and this whole section down like that. Then twist that section around 180, and then you can bring the legs together like this, and kind of fold everything up and peg it into place underneath the Mako mouth. Then these thruster bits, fold them down and flip them around to form the arms. And then take that back silver piece and flip it up to form the head, like that. Then open up the thrusters and flip them around to form the hands. And then, of course, straighten the legs out and fold out the feet and the heels. Once you finish the transformation and then tuck his wings behind him, you end up with a figure that looks really quite nice. He has a fantastic angry head sculpt as per the character, and he looks really, really cool. I really do dig this figure. I think he looks quite awesome. There is just one little problem, however. He does end up with one of the world's biggest backpacks. And by backpack, I mean he's got a lot of stuff hanging off of his back. I mean, look at that. He has a tail that's acting as a third leg. He's got the disc launcher, which can be used in this mode. And then he's got the massive wing pieces. So he is about as deep as he is tall. And he's actually not that big of a figure. He's actually around the same height as, say, a modern-day F.E. Prime, or Bulkhead. Now, obviously, since he is a transmetal, he is full of shiny. Look at all that shiny silver. Ooh. And he's still one of my favorite figures, simply because he just looks cool. He looks nasty. He looks ready to start something. And he is a very nice figure. He does have standard posability. His head swivels, his arms move, he's got swivels just below the shoulders, bends at the elbows, hips move. I mean, he's got all the standard posability bits. But because of the backpack, he really can't use much of it, other than just pose with his weapon. He also has this silver skirt that hangs off his butt that's annoying, but I understand why it's there, and with some tweaking of the way the wings sit, you can actually keep that silver section tucked up against his back. But as you can see, the ball joints in his legs have gotten a little loose, especially on my figure. Now you have to realize, my figure is well over 10 years old at this point. I mean, it's pretty old. But it's still a good figure. It's still a lot of fun, and it still works really well. I think you guys deserve to have this one in your collection. I think he's a lot of fun, he looks good, and if you're a Beast Wars fan, he is a must. Because, quite frankly, they really don't make toys like this anymore. He's just a lot of fun.